Okay, welcome back to the last day of the program. So today we are going to be working on rotations with the upper body. I know yesterday was a lot of, there were some core rotations and some arm stuff as well, but it was a lot of presses and a lot of back strengthening stuff. But we're just gonna work on rotations today to kind of loosen that all up, and we're going to be using our arms a lot too. That way we're nice and warm before we start. So if this is your first time here, welcome. This is Mobility Duo. It's a husband and a wife, me and my husband Mark, doctor of physical therapy, massage therapist, personal trainer, yoga instructor, etc. All for the love of snowboarders. So if you are a snowboarder, welcome. We're glad you're here, and make sure you subscribe. All right, well, let's get on the mat. Okay, so let's go ahead and start in our child's pose position. So knees nice and wide, tops of the feet on the floor. And then we're just gonna bring our hands down to the floor, walking them all the way out as we bring our forehead down to the ground as well. And just breathe here for a second. You can come up onto your fingertips if you'd like. And release back down. You can go back and forth between those two. Just breathe in and out through your nose here. Beautiful. Good. And let's go ahead. We're going to come up into our tabletop position. Bring your knees about the width of your hips. Tuck your toes under. Press the ground away, hovering here. Good. And then we're going to shift our heels, our hips back over our heels, and start to straighten our legs into our first downward dog, making sure our fingertips are nice and wide. Breathing here. And then we're just gonna bring the right hand to the left ankle and switch. Left hand to the right ankle. Still in that downward dog, making sure that we keep a little bend in the knees, that way our hips are going up to the ceiling and our back is nice and straight. Going back and forth between the two a couple more times. Good. Beautiful. And one more. Good. And then shifting forward into that high plank position. Hug your elbows in nice and tight as you slowly lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or low cobra. And then exhale back into our downward facing dog. Beautiful. Go ahead, come down to your knees. And then we're just gonna move our ankles away as we take a seat back onto our hips. So our shoulders should be warmed up a little bit here. And then we're just gonna come into a crisscross position. So you can either sit here with one foot in front of the other, or you can put a pillow under your hips, which makes your hips higher than your knees, which allows your knees to fall open more. So if you feel like you're up here in a crisscross, put a pillow under your hips and let your knees kind of fall down. So last time we did upper body yoga, we sat on our ankles a lot to let them kind of open up. Now we're gonna sit crisscross here to let our hips open up while we do some upper body work. So anytime we do crisscross, we don't wanna have one foot on top of the other. We actually want one foot in front of the other, and our toes should be kind of inverted, and so you can see the bottom of your feet. The tops of your feet should be on the floor. So one leg in front of the other, whichever one is more natural. And then from here, we're gonna inhale our arms up, and then exhale, right hand down. Inhale, left arm goes up, 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 and over. Nice side stretch, and breathe here for a second. Beautiful, and slowly release. Same thing, inhale, arms up. Exhale, left hand down, right hand goes up, 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 and over. Nice little side stretch. Breathe. Good, and slowly release. Let's do one more on either side. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, right hand down, left hand up and over. You can look through the armpit area. Good. And release. One more. Big inhale, arms up. Exhale, left hand down, right hand up, 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 and over. Beautiful. Go ahead, release that arm down. Now we're gonna go into some twists. So inhale, arms come up. Exhale, twisting over your right shoulder, bringing your left hand to your right knee, looking back over your right shoulder. And anytime we do a twist, never force anything. Just wherever your body stops, it stops. And breathe. Sitting nice up, tall up on your sit bones. Beautiful. And release. Let's go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, right hand over that left knee, left hand behind us. Twist, looking over that left shoulder. Beautiful. Breathe. Good, and slowly release. We're gonna do a couple of cactuses back and forth to make sure our spine feels good too before we switch our legs. So bring your forearms together, round your spine, tuck your chin, and then inhale, cactus your arms, look up, leading with your chest, and then exhale, round. Let's go again. Inhale, look up. Really pinch those shoulder blades together. Exhale, round. Beautiful. Inhale, look up. And exhale, round. Let's do one more of each. Inhale, look up. And exhale, round. Beautiful. Releasing back to neutral. Now we're going to go ahead and switch legs, and you're going to notice a difference because whichever one you choose first is usually the one that feels more comfortable. So bring the leg that was further out, bring it in, and bring the one that was in towards the outside. So this hip is a lot tighter than this one is because when I sit crisscross, I always have this leg in front. So this one takes a little bit more persuasion. So making sure you're sitting up high on your sit bones here. And we're just gonna do the same thing, but the last move we're gonna change a little bit. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale, left hand comes up, 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 and over. Good. Beautiful. And release. Same thing on the other side. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, left hand comes down, right hand goes up, 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 and over. Yes, always pushing up. Let's go again, one more time. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, right hand down to the ground, left hand up, 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 and over. Always going up. Beautiful, release. Let's do one more on the left side. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, left hand down, right hand goes up, 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 and over. Good. And release, back to the top. So now we're gonna go into our twist again. So inhale, arms come up. Exhale, twisting over that right side, left hand to right knee, sitting up nice and tall, looking over that right shoulder. Good. And slowly release. Same thing on the other side. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, right hand over left knee as you slowly twist, looking over that left shoulder. Beautiful. And slowly release. One more time on either side. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, twisting over to the right. Good. Maybe notice a little difference. Beautiful. Slowly release. Last time on the left. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, right hand over the left knee, twisting, looking over that left shoulder. Good. Slowly release. Now we're gonna do again forward and back with our spine, but we're gonna do a little bit different. So interlace your fingers, press your palms away from you as you round tuck your chin. And then inhale, bringing your palms up to the ceiling, still interlacing those fingers. And then exhale, round. Good, inhale, look up. Good, exhale, round. One more of each. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Beautiful, and just coming back to a neutral place. And then we're facing the front of the mat still. I'm facing you just to show you, but we're gonna rock onto our knees coming into a tabletop position. So I'll show you what that looks like. So we are crisscrossed here. We're gonna rock forward, hands on the ground, into a tabletop, and then bring your knees hip width apart. Beautiful. From here you can awaken up your ankles a little bit by doing some circles. Breathe. Good. Beautiful. Okay. From here, tucking your toes under, pressing the ground away, hovering your knees, sitting your hips back over your heels like we did before, and then slowly straightening the legs into our downward dog. But remember, we can always keep a little bend in the knees as long as we have a straight spine pressing the ground away. Good, and again, we're gonna do the same thing as before. We're gonna bring the right hand to the left ankle and twist. And return, going to the other side and twist. Good. Let's do 2 more on either side and keep breathing. Beautiful, and 1 more. And last side. Ooh, good. My socks are sliding. Go ahead and make your feet as wide as the mat as you slowly walk your hands into a forward fold with a little bit wide legs. Good. And then from here, we're just gonna grab each elbow, let our head hang in between our arms, and then we're gonna bring our right elbow to our right knee and open up the left side, like so. And then we're gonna bring the left elbow, left knee, opening up the right side. And just rolling back and forth between the two. Breathing. Good. Beautiful. And from here, putting your hands onto the ground, making sure you have straight arms. And then we're going to just bring our right hand to our left ankle. And then we're gonna draw a circle with our left hand. So draw a big circle all the way around until maybe we can grab a hold of our other ankle. Going into a little twist here, maybe. And breathe. Little hamstring stretch too. Good thing we did those downward dogs. Good. Slowly releasing that hand back. Now taking the left hand to the right ankle, bringing the right hand, going into that big circle, drawing that big line, and then coming over and grabbing the other foot or ankle. Looking under your right shoulder. And breathe. Beautiful. Slowly release out of that circle. And again, just hang here. Making sure that we're always hinging at the hips, that we're not just rounded here, but it's like you're sticking your butt out and leading with your chest, always keeping a little bend in your knees. Good. Beautiful, and go ahead, bring your hands down to the ground, walking your hands out into that plank position, core nice and tight, and then pressing back into our downward dog again. Good, breathe. You can say yes with your head. You can say no. You can say yes again, whichever you like the best. Beautiful, and go ahead, coming down onto your knees. And then we're gonna slowly lower ourselves onto our stomachs here. Beautiful. And then we're gonna bring our arms out to the side of us in a cactus position. So right here, like we did before. So eyes straight down to the ground, cactus position with our arms, tops of the feet on the floor, engage your legs. And then we're going to bring our arms up and our chest up. And then we're gonna reach forward like we're Superman. And then we're gonna cactus our arms back and release. Good. We're gonna do that again, but we're gonna add something on. So bringing our arms up into a cactus, and then Superman, and then cactus, and then airplane, arms back. Beautiful. Cactus again, and release. Forehead to floor. Breathe. We're gonna do again, adding on something else. So we're gonna squeeze those shoulder blades together, going into our cactus, and then going into our Superman, cactus, airplane, reverse airplane, so palms to the ceiling, and then fingertips to touch. Back to reverse, airplane, cactus, and down. Woo, good workout. We're gonna do another one, and then I'm gonna add a little challenge if you wanna take it. So let's go ahead, cactus, Superman, cactus, airplane, reverse airplane, hands touch, and we can lock out our elbows, pressing our chest forward. And release back into our Superman, cactus, and arms down. Oh, so good. Let's go one more time. And if you can, interlace your hands behind your back, and we're gonna press our chest up. So one more time. Cactus, Superman, cactus, airplane, reverse airplane, interlace your fingers, chest proud. Good. And release arms slowly, back to cactus, and down. Woo, beautiful. Go ahead, arms by your armpits, pressing the ground away, make your knees wide, and going back down into our child's pose position. And breathe. Good. Big inhales and exhales through your nose. Again, we can come up to the fingertips and back down as many times as you'd like. Just play with the engagement. Good. And now we're going to go ahead and walk our hands all the way back up. We're going to move our feet out of the way. We're just going to do a couple of my favorite twists and we'll be done. So bringing your feet out in front of you, maybe scooting forward a little bit if you need to. Hug your knees into your chest as you roll back onto your back. Hugging your knees in here. And we're just going to do two kinds of twists today. So we're going to bring our arms out into a T position and just let both knees fall to the left as you look to your right. And breathe. Good. And slowly you can bring both legs up at a time or one at a time is easier. And then letting your legs fall to the right and look over your left shoulder. And breathe. Good. In and out through your nose. Beautiful. And again, core tight as you bring your knees up, hugging your knees into your chest one more time. And then allow your left leg to fall down to the ground as you keep that right leg hugged in. Take your left hand, bringing that right leg across your body, taking your right hand onto the floor in that T position, and just looking over that right shoulder. Now, we don't need to get our knee to the ground. What's more important is that we keep our shoulder on the ground. So make sure your shoulder's locked in, and then one day your knee will touch. Mine doesn't. And just breathe here. You can adjust your hips if you need to. Good. Keep breathing. Truly letting your rib cage expand and contract. Good. Slowly release, squaring off your hips, hugging your knees into your chest one more time. And going to the other side. So release that right leg out, hugging in that left. Tee out your left hand as you hop your hips a little bit, bringing that left knee over the right side of the body and look towards your right. And again, keeping your shoulder on the ground here and breathe. Good. Adjusting your hips if you need to. Beautiful. And slowly release, squaring off your hips, hugging your knees to your chest. And we're gonna rock up. So use a little bit of momentum. I always like to play here, maybe like 7 rolls. Not random number. It has something to do with yoga philosophy. And sitting all the way up in the crisscross position. And that's it for day 13. Okay, that was it. We're done. No more yoga, no more working out for right now. I mean, go back and do the 2 weeks again if you'd like. Might as well, right? We have time before the mountains open up. Some of you lucky bees are already snowboarding. We're hoping to get up on the mountains soon. Timberline just announced that they are not shutting down, and I'm so happy. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, compliments, as always, feel free to let us know in the comment box below. And really good job if you got all the way through it, you guys. I'm stoked. And hopefully we're gonna do something like this again soon. Maybe as the season goes on, we might even look into some stuff that can really help with very specific tricks. So stay tuned, subscribe, tell your friends, had your kids, had your wives, and have a great day.